And yeah, we're gonna get into some stuff. Yeah, I like that name. It's a cool name. How's Leo profile? Didn't know you play music. Nice. Yeah, for surely, for surely. Yep. And it's doing good. It's doing good. We had a little bit of a ban. We had a little bit of a ban on the account the last little bit. But, you know, that got lifted like today, I believe. So, you know, ain't nothing to really worry about. It's just IG being IG and platforms being the platforms and things like that, right? But today's not going to be a super long stream, fam. We're going to get into the sun in kind of cold. I'm kind of cold right now. I just came from outside, so it's kind of cold. It's cold. Okay, sun in Aries, moon in Gemini. Alright, and we're going to get into it a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. Let me pull up the chart, though, real quick. Damn, YouTube, man. Damn thumbnails. That means that's annoying. Oh, we good. Shout out to YouTube. We active. Alright, good. YouTube family, make sure to take note. We active over there, so no problem. We fix that in good time. Good stuff. Let me just pull up the chart real quick, guys. I'm not going to waste too much time here. We're going to really get into the energy and break down this transit. We're almost at the end of the transit anyway with the moon in Gemini, so it's not going to be too much. Not going to be too much in terms of this transit. It's going to be relatively short. I want to talk a little bit about the other moon transit that we're going to be approaching, which is Cancer, moon in Cancer, which is going to be an interesting time. So I'll probably talk a little bit about more of the moon in Cancer compared to the moon in Gemini, but we shall see, fams. We shall see. Vaya says, good, I'm a singer in Greece. Yeah, if you're ever looking to collab and stuff, I'm always looking for like nice female vocals and courses and stuff like that. I do rap, but you know, I do a lot of like melodical rap and stuff like that as well. I like to sing and get the vocal out sometimes too. So, and then having that female vocal on the course is always very nice. Like I always love songs like that where they're like hip hop songs, but they got the female vocal, the blend. It's super nice. So if you're ever down to do something like that, let me know. D, Leo season almost here, my boy. sometime, spring. We're gonna be, yeah, you're pretty much in your no, not yet. You're in your fall season. Soon y'all will be in your death season for Leo. I know that may sound scary. Don't be scared. Your death season, just a reference to Taurus season. So that's your the last quarter. You know, the last little quarter till Leo season, and that's when you guys go through your transformation, rebirth, and kind of usher in what you want to bring forth again coming August season. During, you know, Taurus and things like that, Cancer, Taurus, Gemini season, you know, that's going to be your fall. So your fall season deals with, you know, shedding, letting go of things that no longer serve you. Think about what happens in fall season during in nature, as above, so below, as within, so without. Esoterically, what happens? You know, things start to dry up, starts to get cold, starts to get brittle. It's not as warm. You know what I mean? You're not as comfortable. You start to prepare for the winter. So when Taurus season hits, right now, technically, you guys are in your fall. From Aquarius season. Okay, that's what I meant to say. Since Aquarius season, you guys are in your fall, kind of shedding and letting go what no longer serves you. So if you've been kind of hesitating or in between, like, damn, I think you need to let go of something, yeah, kind of do it before Taurus season, and then that'll bring you through the transformation and rebirth that you kind of needed to kind of welcome in your energy, call your energy back in for Leo season, things like that. Get to the chat. Doja Cat vocals. Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. Ms., I see a request coming through. Bag Chaser. I like that name. Good stuff. Right at the end of this breakdown, after we talk about a little bit of the actual transit at hand, I'll do some Q&A stuff, and you guys can, we'll chop it up with the chat a little bit, okay? If you guys are still here, we'll do some requests as well. So just hang tight, stay patient. We won't be too long, for sure. Let's get into it. No background music down today? No. No fireplace? Where's my fireplace at? That's what I feel like I'm missing, my fireplace. It's all good though. Sun and Moon in Gemini was 26 degrees, so it's the 8 signature. You know what I mean? A lot of analyzation here. 26 degrees. Spending time in cycles and thinking of analyzing, you know, about the identity. I like to call this transit, Moon in Gemini, Sun in Aries, the union of identity. Okay, so this is of course this is you know, because Gemini is all about the third house, and it's all about Mercury. It's all about communication and also joining first forces. Not just that, but Mercury in itself just went direct again, because we were in a retrograde period for a little bit. So there may have been a little bit of a slowdown mentally, like, you know, on aggression and things like that, and, you know, maybe reconsidering certain trains of thoughts. But now that we're direct and the energy's back here, especially with Aries honing in on the identity, yeah, okay, certain mental frames and certain thought forms, etc., are back. Yeah, that time period was like, okay, it was good. You could have maybe mended certain things mentally and through communication, but no. But no, you know, so like the retrograde was kind of here to show you, like, okay, you know, be easy and find your flow, but don't forget who you are and don't forget what happened. Don't forget what people have done to you, and don't forget how people affect you. The moon here offers a crazy energy of communication and joining forces, I like to say. Not just that, but I think, like, I feel intuitively that this is more resonant with your yourself. So this is a union of identity based with your own mental formulations and ideologies. Okay, so when it comes to communication and analyzation of the self, it's you realizing and having that aha moment, especially mentally, with Mercury direct in Pisces towards the dream fantasy where you were delusional at. You can see where you may have been delusional and things like that, trying to join and communicate with certain people, places, and things that don't resonate directly with your identity. That's key. So before we move forward into Cancer and things like that, and we start to resonate and feel and initiate certain things based upon the communication that we had or the analyzation that brought us to this realization, it'll be important to navigate that time. All right, so kind of, you know, be mindful of, you know, who you're gonna emotionally connect to when the moon goes in Cancer, you know, Thursday, Friday, a little bit of Saturday, and things like that, based upon who you are and who you identify with, what you identify with. Certain things may not be resonant with your identity, and there's certain things that you may not want to connect to, especially emotionally, because that's going to initiate a cycle moving forward. Okay, these are really, really key themes overall. I'm not looking at the chat too quick. I just want to pump out the energy clearly. So replay gang, when I post this video, it's not too much wait from the time that it gets posted and from the time it starts. That's why we do the Q&As at the end. With that being said, Jupiter is in Cancer as well. So when it comes to who you emotionally connect to, Cancer is here, and, you know, Jupiter is here in Cancer, which is in its exaltation sign, its highest octave, and things like that. Your experiences and who you experience things with is going to be extremely important. Okay, Cancer wants you to experience things with those you truly resonate with emotionally, who you truly connect with on the path of growth and experience and exploration. Okay, there's an expansion energy here, but it's expanding in a way that is resonate for you as an individual. Because everyone's experience is going to be unique to them where they resonate emotionally. And that's what Aries, the Sun in Aries, your identity is gonna show you right now. That you may want to join forces with certain people or do things with certain people to kind of help people grow and things like that, but there's only certain people that you can actually do that with and initiate that with, aka you resonating with certain people that you know that resonate where you feel resonate where you are emotionally, and who can pick up certain things psychically, because Cancer is a hidden energy behind the scenes. It's emotional, it's water. So you're looking at it where, and then that in itself can be manipulative. So you're looking at where you can see manipulation from people, places, and things that you thought you can join forces with, that you identified with, that you now realize that you can't. And that's the aha moment in Cancer, realizing, like, damn, I thought I could connect with that people, maybe based upon it, Cancer, family, and things like that. And you may see that with the expansion, or with what you want to do based upon your dream and your thinking, your trains of thoughts, and your identity, you're realizing, like, you may not be able to experience or expand with any of these things, people, places, and things. You know what I mean? Good morning from Greece. Good stuff. I hope to see you back. Stay well, stay strong. So, and then Venus is here as well. So, of course, with your relationships have to relate directly towards your identity, right? With Venus here, especially with the ways that you also make money, earnings, values. gifts and talents. Assert yourself, right? Aries is asking you, and Venus in Aries is asking about your identity and what forms of embodiment do you need to step into in order for you to attract the relationships and relationship dynamic, partnership dynamic, and even, you know, resources and things like that that is in alignment with your identity. You know, these are like key signatures right now. YouTube and Rumble family, shout out to y'all. Everyone on the replay gang, appreciate you guys. We're 15 minutes in, so it's gonna be almost done here. Usually these are about 20 minutes relatively. Okay, so we have a lot of the Pisces energy here. A lot of upholding delusional energy. Just make sure you're clear with what you want, like who you want to connect with, and what resonates with you as an individual at an individual level. Don't worry about how you affect other people, how you affect people in the family, how you affect people, friend groups and things like that. That has nothing to do with your identity, and all these things will hold you back from actually embodying the energy that you do identify with. Okay, so this is a lot of it stepping into who you know, into that formation and formulation of who you know you should be. You know what I mean, or what you know you should be doing, etc. Because Aries deals with actions as well, so self-oriented actions. It's the self. It's the initiation of the self. Okay, so you're putting yourself through the turmoil, through the situation, through the thing. With the moon here, what do you need to communicate, and what do you need to analyze in order for that identity to get reinforced? Okay, there's certain things that may need to be done right now. Analyzation. There may be a lot of mental energy that's important to exert right now as well. Okay, so a lot of the things that you're communicating, in terms of mental energy, in terms of thinking, analyzation, even a little bit of social media, internet-based type work right now is important to do. You can notice yourself analyzing a lot towards, social media, third house, technology, things like that, okay? Of course, this can deal with the workplace as well as realizing certain people and places and things that you're connected to within, you're connected to emotionally, definitely correspond towards your identity. So even in the workplaces, you're kind of seeing a different form of analyzation towards these individuals that you're around and how it actually affects you, whether it's emotionally, mentally, and actually, or your, your core identity and how you actually show up for yourself and take action, right? So based upon certain environments, what's depleting you and what's upholding you, and you'll see that based upon the version of yourself you want to step into. Especially Mercury right now direct in Pisces, you'll be able to analyze and see through the fog, because we had a little bit of a foggy time the last 3 weeks. So it wasn't it was a little hazy to kind of properly analyze and be stern within our mental attributes. We have to be a little bit more intuitive. But now mental energy is back, and we're here to say, okay, this does not support the dream. This form of analyzation, or this person that I'm connected to is not it. You know what I mean? Mercury here as well as in Pisces deals with past trains of thoughts, past versions of yourself, and past emotions, right? So there's certain formulations and ideologies, even self-communication, things that you've told yourself and things like that based upon other people's belief that you were connected to, upbringing, family, all those things. It's being shed, because now you're able to analyze that with the moon in Gemini and separate from it, right? Air is the ability to not get super emotional about something and use the air element to kind of assess and analyze, what needs to be around you, right? And what you need to be acting on, okay? Gemini deals with the environment as well, so you could be realizing certain environmental factors don't support your identity. Okay, with that being said, that's the StarCast report, chat. It's MT333, back at it again. That's the end. If anyone has any Q&As, any submissions, now's a good time to do it. YouTube family, Rumble family, any birthdays and things like that you guys want to drop in the chat, now is a good time to do it, okay? If there's anything else that we want to touch on or talk about, we definitely will. I got the chart open right now still, and If there's anything else to say, I definitely will. Saturn is matched up with the sun here as well. So you're really focused on the stability, okay? And your forms of stability and discipline come from the self. So it's all up to you. There's not going to be anyone else to support you. There's not going to be anyone else to say, "Hey, you got to get disciplined. Hey, you got to go do that thing. Hey, it's up. It's you. You know, go do it. You know." It's like you have to push yourself to do something, and realizing that if you're the one that pushes other people to do stuff, they'll probably stop doing that because people are going to do what they want to do anyway. So it's about calling that energy back in for yourself and you asserting your own energy. Instead of telling people what they should be doing, you're just, you just do it. You do it for you instead of trying to help others. And that may seem like a selfish oriented, greedy type of energy, but Aries is all about the self, and it's self-oriented, and you're probably seeing the importance of that. You're probably aware of the importance of that self-concept based upon what you've been experiencing the last couple months, okay? Neptune is in Aries as well. So the vision. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have something that you know you want to achieve, something that's unseen, even if it's your spirituality, even if you wanted to get, more connected with your faith, your spirituality, Neptune is here. It's all about you. You have to do it. You have to do the research. You have to put in the work. You have to do the studying. You have to do the reading. What type of religion and philosophy or spirituality or system do you want to learn, right? You have to educate. So it's a lot of the self-oriented energy. Uranus is almost out of Taurus. Will be in Aries as well. Oh, sorry, not Aries, Gemini. But we'll talk about that a little bit as that enters Gemini, as we're still in Taurus for a bit. We're on the cusp, 28 degrees, but yeah. Jonathan, 1896. You were born way back then, eh? I'm playing. Nah, shout out to you. Shout out to Leos. Let me check my YouTube chat real quick. How you guys doing? We're good. We're good. I think we're updated chat. So we're gonna wait about 2-3 minutes. If there's any other requests that come in, any questions about this transit, about the union of identity, what to do, some tips, tricks. I think we broke down quite a bit. If there's anything personal that you guys want to ask, go ahead. Chat's there. Safe space. Feel free. If not, we are going to be out of here in 2-3 minutes, and until the next transit. We will be breaking down the moon in Cancer, so we'll probably go live either tomorrow night for Thursday night, or Friday night. But yeah, no, probably Thursday, because it's only Wednesday today actually, and we'll be out of this transit to Wednesday night. It's late. It's like midnight Wednesday now, 1 o'clock Wednesday. So of course in the evening and nighttime, etc., same day, we'll be out of this transit. We'll be out of this transit within the next couple hours. 6 to 8 hours or so. So yeah, probably not tomorrow, but Thursday midday, probably talk a little bit about the moon in Cancer, for sure. Jonathan, do you know your moon sign and your rising sign? Let me know if anyone in the chat wants some personal support real quick. If you guys know your moon sign, your rising sign, or if you know your natal chart, what house do you have, Gemini? Let me know, and yeah, do that. If you don't know any of that stuff, then hit me up. Live readings do start at 50 and above, but I will provide you with all that information, and you will be good to go. So every time we do these lives, you'll know exactly how to pull up your chart. You'll know exactly what house to look at. You'll know exactly where it's going to affect you, whether it's in your personal energy, family, life, things like that, material possessions, whether it's your health, work, right? So all these different houses have different themes and different topics. Leo rising, Libra moon. Awesome. So you're Leo rising. Let me do mental math real quick. And I see the request coming through. J, let me do this mental math for brother real quick, and I got you. Do some requests. But for you, for those who are watching the replay for the energy and things like that, who are not here for the Q&As, yeah, Starcast, extended Starcast report's done. You guys can dip off, whatever the case may be. Right now, we just Q&A section for the replay gang. Y'all watching on the replay. Okay, so let me see real quick. What did I miss? Not too much. Nah, a little bit, but when you replay it, you'll be straight. We'll also be on YouTube and stuff like that as well. So we'll put timestamps over there. Um, catch up real quick. Catch up. Chat's been going kind of quick. Okay, cool. Leo rising, yeah. So Leo rising, that means you have a Leo first house, which means your 12th house would be, what's before? 12th house would be Cancer, and then 11th house would be Gemini. Let me confirm. First, 12, Virgo. No, yeah, Cancer. Cancer 12. Cancer 12. Cancer, Gemini. 11th. Yeah, okay. It's an 11th house. It's 11. My Leo risings. It's an 11th house transit for you guys. So for all those who are watching on replay, but yeah, 11th house for all my Leo risings out there, which is interesting. It's the house of associations and network and things like that. So you're definitely seeing, you probably have certain formulations of communication with, and even gaining information around certain people, places, and things. Could be unfamiliar, or things you've been connected to. Because associates is a very interesting energy with the 11th house. It's Aquarius, right? So it's like, it's kind of unfamiliar, but you kind of know of it, right? It's like people in your workplace. You know them, but you don't really know them. That's why they call them associates at work, right? So it's similar energy to that. And you may be noticing with Gemini, like how certain networks and communities and things like that, and even information, what can fuel your identity. So there could be a deeper study right now with like empowering yourself and empowering your network, okay, towards, and not just that, but the information that you gain from the people that you're connected to. So who are you connected to, and what communication and what forms of communication do you guys have in terms of unity, right? Unity and unifying forces. There are probably certain information within certain spaces that you're trying to, that you may seem like you can come together, or you can't, right? And you're realizing that with and it's affecting who you are. It's affecting your identity. You're like, bro, these guys, I don't. It messes with who you are at a personal level, right? So with the 11th house, it's always a little unfamiliar. It's always kind of foreign. It's always unique in a way, because Aquarius it kind of deals with that energy with Uranus. So with the 11th house, there may be certain things too to possibly communicate towards people that in the workplace, right? In the workplace, and who you're connected to could be unfamiliar, but there's certain things that you may need to talk about that may affect you directly, especially as we get into Cancer, because Cancer is actually your 12th house, and that's going to directly affect your self-belief, your personal belief, and that's going to directly correspond to your identity. So a lot of times the people you're connected to that may not that you may not super resonate with, it affects yourself, the self-oriented, or let's say the belief you have towards yourself and who you are and what you can do, right? Which is why it's important to position yourself around the right people, places, and things, because a lot of times unconsciously, Pisces, we're going to put ourselves in certain spaces. Pisces, again, certain spiritual spaces. Spirit is a reference to the space. So when we go into certain spaces, that is certain spiritual natures. There's an accumulation of thoughts and feelings within that space. And every thought and feeling is expressed from an individual's, their own constellation at an individual level. So there's a certain amount of things that when you step into a room, you feel and pick up that energy. That's the space, okay? So there's certain things that and that gets digested into your forms of thinking, formulations, and the ways of analyzing. Because while you're in that space, you're analyzing, like, why does it feel like this? Or why does it think like? Why do they think like that? Or why do they talk to me like that? That's not who I am. That's not how when I'm out of work and stuff, like when you know what I mean. But you see how being in these places and interconnections directly affect your belief and your self belief, and believing in yourself and what you're capable of and what you do. You probably notice certain beliefs resonating and becoming gelled and mushed in with other people that you're connected to that you may not even know, and now you're thinking like them or acting like them or having the same belief system or and things like that as them. So For y'all, with that 11th house, Leo rising, who y'all connect with is extremely important, and what spaces that you go around and position yourself is extremely important, because y'all will pick up from that vibe. We are the fire and the water signs are the feelers, and it's extremely important that you guys we will pick it up, okay, without a doubt. So don't think that you're like some superhero, you're gonna go into something and not pick up nothing. We're all actually psychic. It's just that most people are like too numb and things like that to pick up and dissect most of the, most of the energies and things like that that's going on. Too much distractions and things like that. So let me catch up. I think that was a pretty good rundown though, for 11th house hundo. Shout out to my Leo risings. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Leo risings. And then you're a Libra moon. Yeah, that's cool. Which means your forms, like, communication for you is cool. But you may only a lot of times communication feels cool, because I know that Libra moon transit, man, it's fire. But the Libra moon, I'm not gonna say but it's fire. The Libra moon though, what it is, it's like you only like to talk when you feel comfortable, right? A lot of times, if you can put yourself in the space to feel comfortable to communicate all the time, like as within so without, you'll always feel comfortable to talk and speak your piece based upon what you identify with internally. Don't ever put your identity on the external world. Put it within yourself, because you'll always realize, because there's going to be situations where you're not going to be comfortable and you have to speak, especially as a and people need to hear you as a Libra moon. That's your key. So like your forms of diplomacy and communication and how you talk, that's key. See, as an astrologer, I kind of assess a lot of my communication and analyzation and action. I kind of blend we can kind of blend everything, you know what I mean? So even when we're uncomfortable, we follow the energy, we go with the energy. But most average people, they don't go with the energy. So a lot of times when they're uncomfortable, they'll just be uncomfortable, and then they miss a whole shift. But a time like this is like, listen, you have like 11th house, Libra moon. You may not feel comfortable right now. It may feel easier to communicate though, because the moon is in Gemini. So it may be more like, it may be more air-like. So it's less water, it's less emotional for you. So it's like, right now is a good, decent time to talk and say something. So if something's been bothering you, you're like, listen, that's kind of cooked. It'll be received a little bit better, because people are less water heavy, let's say, when it comes to like the moon, because obviously the moon rules the emotions, right? So like people are less emotional, so they're able to analyze what you say to them that much easier during this time. So if there's anything you need to communicate or bring up to someone, like right now is a good time to say it before we get into Cancer, because Cancer is going to be cooked if you don't say something when the moon's in Cancer. Yeah, people might just cry and fall out. No, don't do that to me. Like, yeah, it might be crazy. So you just be careful. Yeah, right now is a better time to kind of say things. And if you do say things in Cancer, you have to be very, like, more mending, more like, guys, this is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? It's really not that, but I actually just need a dip. Like, it's very more, like, sentimental, you know what I mean? Like, that's how that play out. Let me get into the chat a little bit. Missy. Yeah, Missy said Leo rising. Yeah, Libra moon. That's what I was breaking down for Missy. Shout out to you. Jonathan, I broke down that rising. That rising. Missy said I'm on point for Charlie. Got you. Jonathan says sorry, I'm Leo rising, moon Sag. Okay, cool. Oh damn, your moon Sag. W. So same applies to y'all with the Leo risings though. So it's all the same house system. So the rising is your important part, because that's the time of birth. Where the position that the sun was. When you guys were born. That's why we need your birth time, because that's the highest point of where the sun was at in the month of whatever month you're all born in. Clearly Leo. So, that time, y'all resonate with that specific time. And there's only so many spirits that resonate with that specific time. And you guys can see that you even have a different moon sign. So even though you're born a Leo or same date and things like that, it can be completely different energy based upon the moon and based upon the time. Moon in Sag is more sporadic. See, like someone with the moon in Libra, compared to Missy, right? Compared to Missy, to where she has to kind of feel more comfortable before she feels okay to communicate. Although she's a strong communicator and people love to hear from her, or him, or not her, probably her, Missy. But she rather feel more comfortable and safe to be like, okay, yes, let me communicate. You know what I mean? Before someone comes attacking their identity or attacking their way of presenting the information. As a Leo, sometimes the information comes out fiery, strong, and confident, and people don't like that from you. So when you're talking to people, you're like, yo, develop your balance. You got to do this and do that. Like, depends on who you are. You could have some sass. You could be more professional and straightforward. Some people are unclear with that. Like, when you can communicate clearly to people, that sometimes is intimidating because most people can't communicate. Like, let's just say that. Jonathan, and then compared to you with the moon in Sag, you react and respond in the way of, first of all, the moon in Libra is reacting and responding in the way of cardinal air. So it's not oftentimes with the moon, you're gonna communicate when you're communicated to. So that's when you feel comfortable to actually speak. A lot of times you speak your piece when you feel safe and things like that. It's the initiator. So no one can force you to talk. You initiate when you want to talk, right? When it comes to Sag, it's reacting and responding in the terms of mutable fire. So it's adaptability towards emotion, right? And not just that, but formulations of expression, because fire is the water and fire are the feelers, but fire is the expressed format of it. Okay, so it's the you see it on them, right, based upon their action and things like that, their facial expressions and things like that, right? Water is more hidden. You won't really know what they're feeling based upon their face. Like, you have to know a water, be like, yo, you good, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Type stuff to kind of get that out of them. If they're, of course, that's for regular people. I'm a water sign, but I not speak my piece when I need to. But same with me, I have like I have a more nonchalant, facial expression and things like that. But, fire signs, you'll see like, all kinds of facial expressions and stuff like that. And I have a inner dominant planet energy of Sagittarius too. So sometimes I be laughing and my facial expressions be kicking it too. You feel my energy too, because I have some of the Sag. So when I'm in a mood, like, you can kind of tell. You're like, that's for sure. Like, I'm in a mood, like, I don't fuck with people like that. That's me though. But that's like my Scorpion nature, because I have a lot of the Scorpion energy. So like, I'm a person that's to myself anyway. I don't really like people like that. I have a Leo North Node, and that's what has me like on doing this type of stuff and speaking my piece and communicating. But like real life, I don't really talk. I don't talk to a lot of people. A lot of people know me, but I don't talk to a lot of people, especially as an Aquarius rising, Pisces. A lot of people know me for certain things, big network and this, that, but I don't talk like my circle is like this. I'm telling you, I barely have people like that go, like, it's like that. But Moon and Sag, you're more adaptable towards your expression, right? So for you can express yourself. It's not always, it's not like, you can pick and choose. With the mutable energy, you can pick and choose. That's one thing. You have the adventurous spirit as a Leo with the Moon and Sag. You're not as fixed, which is kind of good, because obviously fixed signs can be super stubborn. The mutable, it's like me with my Scorpio energy, but I have a Sag dominant on my inner planet, so it allows me to be a little bit mutable and see the ability and have the ability to adapt, where a lot of fixed signs are too stubborn, and that is a part of their downfall. So it's important to understand the energies and how to alchemize and kind of utilize certain energies. When you need to pivot, it's important to pivot. Like, a lot of the most successful businesses and things like that thrive based upon adaptability, right? A lot of brands and things like that, it's based upon that, right? But it's also being fixed and doing something for a long enough period of time to actually sustain something and get something fruitful out of it. You reap what you sow, right? So all these energies take a lot of time to accumulate, and that's the importance of the fixated energy, which is why Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus are some of the strongest signs, because they stick to something for the longest periods of time. And that's what just naturally something comes to fruition, materializes out of that, because you're putting in so much energetic work towards that thing, right? So this is why around these 4 seasons as well are extremely powerful. If I were to talk about certain structure within society, there's certain events and things like that go on around these times. If you look at Leo season, Scorpio season, Taurus season, Aquarius season, there are major things within the world that happen, holidays and things like that, around these energies. When we look at certain textbooks, there are certain figures, archangels and things like that are based upon these 4 seasons, okay? And we can maybe get into that on a different video, but yeah. That's to show you guys the strength, and each signs have their own allegory within the texts, which we can break down. But I'm telling y'all, the fixed signs are very strong in terms of seasons. That's why I like Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius. These are huge things, like huge, because these usher in new times, like new times and like times and within society and nature. Like fixed periods is like a fixated time for people to get comfortable and actually have something established, a society, a foundation, right? So like fixed energies are very important in the actual world for people to be comfortable, especially if you live on the West and things like that. Like you have some form of stability, you have some form of comfort. That's the fixed sign energy. Like even within the what's the word I can use? Fuck it. Even within the occult, there's certain practices and things like certain practices and things like that. That are based around the fixed seasons, okay, that are super important, which is why I say holidays and things like that too, because those holidays are actually, what's the word? Fuck it, rituals. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's about that. Anyways, Jay, appreciate you. August 9th. Oh, hella 9. Bro, we always have sun sign 9s in here, man. Hella Sag energy, hella 9 energy. I love it. I'm a sun sign 9 as well, but I'm a life path 11. So shout out to my master life paths, but shout out to my 9s. It's interesting because you guys are like a reflection of me. Every time I see y'all, it's always really interesting because I'm a sun, like I'm born on the 18th day, so that makes me a sun sign number 9. So a lot of y'all life paths are number 9s. So a lot of y'all look at how I show up as just like a natural advice. You know what I mean? Like you can learn from me. 9 is the number of endings, and 9 is the number of wisdom and learning as well. Jupiter, right? Expansion, experience. So there's a lot that you guys can actually directly learn from me. As a life path, I'm a life path 11. It's a master number. So if you guys are familiar with master numbers in numerology, 11, 22, and 33 are master numbers. If you want to figure that out, numerology readings are here. Tap in. Let's get it. Nen, I see you. Looking good. Hope you're doing hope you're doing good out there, strong and all that. All my lionesses, you know what I mean? 100%. Nothing but good vibes. Missy, appreciate you. Bottom of my heart. That means a lot. All my lionesses, man. W-O-W y'all. Cause it's important. It's important that y'all have the right information, and it's important the men have the right information. It's really all of the above. You know what I mean? A lot of people in this space. There ain't too many people like me in this space talking how I talk and doing what I do. Like this. Let's see what requests we got. John, I see your request. Let me tap you in real quick. If you're still here, it should be. Yeah, let's see what's up. I appreciate you. Likewise, I see your profile. Keep doing your thing. Let me see what's up. John, let me see, John. Let's see what's going on. See what questions you got. YouTube family, shout out to you guys on YouTube and Rumble. You guys are holding it down as usual. We're 40 minutes in. We're gonna be done soon. You know, probably around an hour. We'll be done in a little bit, 10 minutes here. Replay gang. We'll make sure timestamps are on the YouTube. So if you guys want to just find timestamps and get to the information, we'll make sure that. So yeah, shout out to all the supporters out here. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. If anyone has any requests, I see John. I noticed your request come through for the live. I know it's a little nerve-wracking. I know a lot of people don't realize like how nerve-wracking like things like this actually is. But I notice it all the time. Like people will request a live. Is that T? That's brother T. Yeah. What you said, T? Shout out to the YouTube fam. But yeah, fucking. That's what happens. That's what happens for sure. See, the thing is with that energy, John, it's like it's and don't feel bad because it's actually like to do this type of stuff requires a certain preparation within your nervous system. And when you're on here like this and talking and people are looking at you, like that's why I say it takes courage. Appreciate you, brother. It takes courage to do anything that you love, right? To do anything that you love takes a lot of courage. And you kind of have to realize that. You have to not just realize that, but prepare your nervous system for it. Because when you step into it, Aries identity is resonating. It's going to, and shout out to my bro in the chat. That's one of my partners. Aries Taurus cusp. You know what I'm saying? W. Aries gang. You know what I'm saying? It's your season, brother. Happy flight day. You're going to have a good one. So this is going to be interesting because when we prepare our nervous system, And I like this conversation with you here too, brother, because when we prepare our nervous system, it's preparing ourselves to step into the identity and the version of ourselves we know we've been waiting for. Like, we know we've been ready for, but there's certain things that kind of hold us back based upon us feeling like we're not ready. Things aren't formulated yet. Something's not structured yet. And we run in circles based upon our nervous system. And it can seem like that. So it's like, damn, sometimes it's hard to show up. But it's like the more you do things like this, Jay, and the more you do whatever you want to do, like, and the more you implement it at the faster rate, the more that will go away. So don't get me wrong. I even still have that feeling every time I do something like before I turn the camera on, before I make a post. There's always like a, oh shit. But at the end of the day, it's what I love. And every time I'm on here, there's always like a, there's this, there's that. There's a reason it reinforces why I turned on the camera in the first place. And that's all it is. So guys, as whatever you do in life, the more you do, you're going to get more confident. It's going to reinforce your identity. So I tell people, whatever you do, you're nervous, you're scared, you're uncomfortable. That's exactly where you need to go. It's exactly where you need to go, because you're going to get more comfortable doing that. And you're going to become more known for that and be an example for that as a representation, which means people can look at you and say, oh, that's what that is. Let me learn from it. Let me soak in some of the information. Oh, I see what they did, and they use their energy for their own. Oh, cool. Like, this is how we actually empower and empower each other and give the power back to ourselves. So it's extremely important to keep doing it, even when we feel like we're not ready. Because we're always going to feel like we're not ready the more we delay it. Y'all get what I'm saying? And these things are extremely, trust me guys, as a coach, as a mentor, as an astrologer, I've seen this for years. You know what I mean? I've helped artists, I've helped business owners hit new revenue ceilings, I've helped personal brands establish themselves, and I've seen it. It's always just a version, it's always just in their internal state holding them back. And until they overcome that internal barrier and their nervous system is reinforced with that version of themselves, because we will always talk ourselves out of doing the thing based upon our subconscious not feeling ready. But we consciously know we want to do it, we want to start it, but our subconscious, all the beliefs are delaying. The more we don't do it, reinforces that version of ourselves, and that's our identity. And we don't realize that we consciously wake up again, and then we're identifying with that past version of ourselves that we never wanted, because we keep delaying it. But the more we act on it, the more it'll reinforce that new version of yourself, and the more you'll have faith, belief, imagination, aka Pisces, to Aries, that you can actually do what you know you can do. You see what I'm saying? So it's reinforcing the subconscious, because your subconscious is extremely important. There's a lot of talk, belief, formulations, upbringing, and things like that we digest in the mind, that our mind doesn't know how to differentiate what's bullshit, what's a joke, versus what's serious and what's real. That's why I tell you guys, the universe is mental. Your mind depicts and dictates what goes on within your physical reality. And if you have an outdated mind, you will have an outdated reality. You will see past situations come back, past ideas, past thought forms. That's the test. What do you want? How bad do you want it? That's literally all it comes down to. Chat. You know what I'm saying? Let me check on the chats real quick. And then said, maybe we should start matchmaking. Maybe Leo should just marry themselves. We're too good. Yeah, maybe we'll do like a maybe we can do like a relationship segment one day. Like one day we'll have like a Q&A. Like, guys, I have so many topics in mind. Like just hold on. You know what I mean? Like even me saying hold on is a part of this energy I'm talking about too. You know, because I have like I do plan on doing some things, but this does have to come with time based upon my space and the setup and the build and my podcast and stuff like that. But I do want to talk about, you know, zodiac signs and relationship dynamics, and, you know, bring on different people and different energies and different zodiacs, and we can do stuff like this and we can kick it. So I want to create a series around that. But before I even talk more about that, we will when I'm ready to present it, we will. But don't worry, there's a lot in the works, guys. A lot in the works. We taking it. We see, we know, and the information is extremely important, because we can't You know, every day is going by and people are hopping into situations and jumping into relationships and jumping into situationships and jumping into businesses and things like that, not knowing their energies, not knowing their numerology, not knowing their astrology, not knowing their moon sign, they rising, or their sun sign, you know what I'm saying? And then they realize, like, oh shit, but they get lost up in the cycles, you know what I'm saying? So you have to really stand on biz. Hundo P, chat. Hundo P. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a live game. Shout out to you guys too as well, like following each other in the chats and engaging. Shout out to YouTube, Ramley, and Rumble. We on 3 platforms today. We've been good. But I'm trying to do these segments a little bit more. I know people need relationships. Time's going by. You know what I mean? I'm only getting older myself. My homies is only getting getting older. Things like that. Hundo. So that's definitely important. You know, but we got to do it in the right manner. It's not just about jumping into something because we feel like, okay, it's time for a relationship. Nah, like let's do it right. We can do it the right way, so let's do that now. You know what I mean? We learned from our parents, we learned from our grandparents, we learned from ancestors and things like that. We can see karmic cycles and things like that. So we can, if we know better, do better, right? And that's what we know we should be doing. So Hondo P. Soon, guys, and I can't wait to show you some stuff that I have in the works. So soon in time. I think with that being said, we're almost at an hour in, 51 minutes. This is good stuff. If anyone has any personal questions left and things like that, drop it in the chat. We went for a little bit longer, maybe about an hour though, and we got to come back on here with Moon in Cancer. We're gonna come pause Thursday though. We'll come back live and talk a little bit about the Moon in Cancer. Just make sure right now with the Moon in Gemini, communicate. Anything that you know is important to, and how it reflects yourself, your identity, is because even like ducking communication and things like that. How does that make people look at you? Right? Like when you can't communicate, how do people look at you and things like that? Right, man. No, for real. And honestly, bro, we still young. I'm just saying, like, we maturing to where it's time to develop a nice little foundation. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. But we really still young. Like, brother, we're prime right now. Like, we prime, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. We prime, and we're not even prime yet. I'm no bad. We're not even prime yet. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna leave that right there. Real shit. Cause the more I get excited about my future. Yeah. But yeah, that's what it be. There's a lot coming. A lot in the works. To be honest, older ain't nothing, bro. I think as I get older, I get excited and things like that. I think it's important. There's a thing about birthdays too that I learned from a fellow Jew. Shout out to my Jews, shout out to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But he was talking to me about birthdays, you know what I mean? He's saying like, yo, the reason people age so quick, because they like when we're young, we get so excited about the birthday and our ability to get old, our ability to get older and things like that. We hit new numbers, we get to new legal age, and we're able to do new things and things like that. It's exciting. And then most people hit like 25 and then they don't want to age anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just, like, life is done. And I learned from him that you always have to create a form of something exciting in your life the next year. Do something new the next year that you haven't done to keep your inner child excitement fueled, and it'll keep you young. It'll actually do some reversing, anti-aging, if you want an esoteric secret for my chat right now, before we end it. You know what I'm saying? Stay excited and do something new every year. Your physical vessel will stay young and stay thriving for as long as it can, for sure. So yeah, stay on top of that. It's one thing I've been doing for years. Always do something new around your birthday. Always do something fresh around your birthday, and do something that revitalizes. Do something that revitalizes your energy on your birthday. Don't do something that depletes your energy. See, they even have most people doing a ritual around their birthday too. So most people deplete themselves and things like that around their birthday. Drinking, partying, things like that. Things that are chaotic to the spirit compared to harmonious. So, and it's not even about partying and things like that. Like, that's bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that most people don't focus on reinforcing their energy on their birthday. It's not that partying is bad and things like that, but when you're around all that shit, you're chaotic, you're drunk, you're not focused, you're not tapped in. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying don't have fun for you or don't celebrate your birthday. I'm saying have a period of time to reinforce yourself, your identity, and then have another period of time, maybe like a week later, to where you can maybe you can do whatever you want to do then. You know what I mean? But it's not directly corresponded on the day of your birth and the energy that you're initiating for to be reborn. See what I'm saying? Because that ain't the energy you want to be planting seeds towards and things like that. So I've been doing this for years, and people tell me all the time, bro, why don't you come out for your birthday? Fam, don't ask me that, gang. Don't ask me that. You know what I'm saying? So like I do things on the other times. You know what I mean? Like I try to party during other seasons and things like that. You know, it's better to maybe do things like that around the fall and like, you know, transformation season, or maybe like spring, you know, a little bit, a couple months after your birthday. So like, or like the month or two after your birthday for your internal spring season. But I wouldn't even really be doing that. I wouldn't really give birth to anything around that during the first 3 months of your birthday. I would focus on everything you know you want to reinforce. Maybe the summer, your summer season, then do like the fun stuff, to where you can get lost in light, follow the energy. So for my Aries out there and things like that, if y'all Aries, my solar return, because I know it's this Aries season. So for my Aries out there, things like that, reinforce your energy. April, May, June. As soon as Cancer comes around for July, that's your summer. That's your summer period. For my Aries, you guys have the same spring, summer, fall, winter as the seasons, so it's not complicated. It ain't nothing different. Like for me, I'm born in the fall. I'm born as a fall sign, so you have to correspond it. You have to do your esoteric map a little different. So for y'all, you know, my lions and things like that, y'all born in the summer. Your spring season, your birth season and things like that is actually in August, right? Leo season. Well, it's July, but yeah, after Cancer. So that's your birth season for my lions. Y'all Leos, y'all uphold the sun, y'all probably can party, but like I would still because you know what I'm saying, like that's Leo energy, but I would still try to reinforce it in positive ways at an individual level, like things that you specifically like to do for yourself and things that you specifically bring excitement and rejuvenation for my lions. And then if you wanted to do any of like the partying or whatever, do it during Scorpio season, your summer, for my lions out there. Compared to your spring, to where you're giving birth and things like that to that energy. You know, it's more like summer energy when you kind of want to enjoy it, and then at least for the fall you can release what you don't want to uphold and things like that. This is like esoteric psychology and esoteric mapping. So this is just moving with the seasons, you know what I'm saying? But that's what astrology is, chat, moving with the seasons. With that being said, shit, shout out to y'all. Good stuff, chat. Good stuff. I like y'all. Y'all doing good. With that being said, 60 minutes in, chat. We an hour in. That's it. We out this bitch. And before we do so, damn, it's been a good day though. No complaints. Good energy. About to be out of this transit here. And reinforcing some good energy. So y'all stay tuned, stay excited. We'll be live again Thursday. Probably set a little bit of a notification so we can go live a little early. Go live a little early. Nighttime ride out. Love y'all, chat, from the bottom of my hearts. All y'all. Appreciate it.
It's KRG, we keep it going for the program. Might be storytelling, but I ain't never tell I know, man. I'm pushing it by any means, perseverant, depend. But that sun up, a sun down, applying pressure through the rain. It's KRG, we keep it going for the program. And that's why I come on these beats, cause these are better days. There's so many ways to make it shit. shit came so far from busting them plays. I got this far cause I'm still grateful to see another day. Still grateful to see another day. Back in the day we was risking plays. The present moment is calculated. Had no hands in my lungs cause all day. Sitting in that box, had to think bigger. Ask myself tough questions. So I can awaken to my triggers. Doing numbers on the net, about to hit 6 figures. Thought I would've stayed, had to leave in that jiffy. All this was faking. Gotta watch you having your baby. And don't be mistaken. Got a pure heart, but I can never play games. This ain't no taking. We the risk takers, so I'ma take this mind down. I'ma take this mind down. With inner beams, that's how we shine, man. And the hopes is cool. The work ethic at full. If you ain't on the court, don't play the game or the sport. How you mad? Knowing this ain't EA Sports. In order to make God get off the porch. NBA keeping we hold no torch. Wanna be in the game, but you got no report. And many times I was down bad, fighting cases in and out of court. Hold my head high, don't know what I've been through. Don't talk about it much, couldn't step in these shoes. Focus on my purpose, not you, boo. And you fake, picked up on that too. It's KRG, we keep it going for the program. Might be storytelling, but I ain't never tell I know, man. I push it by any means, perseverant through pain. Bet that sun up or sundown, applying pressure through the rain. All of that. It's KRG, we keep it going for the program. And that's why I come on these beats, cause these are better days. There's so many ways to make it shit came so far from busting them plays. I got this far cause I'm still grateful to see another day. Back in the day, couldn't think, came far fast like a blink. Blew my arc like Noah. Who else so I couldn't